What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. As you can see by the title down below, I'm going to be telling y'all about my birthing experience. Like, I literally gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, 9/11/22, and she was 6 pounds 13 ounces. I'm just going to be getting into all of that, like my birthing, everything leading up to it, how it was, everything. Okay, so first let's start out with, how did I find out I was pregnant? When did I find out I was pregnant? So I really, I missed my period, and this was towards the end of 2021. So literally New Year's Eve, y'all, I took a pregnancy test because I was working at a plant, a hog plant, and y'all already know, like, hog plants already stink. It smells awful there. But for some reason, I could not stand the smell of meat, period. Like, I love chicken. I eat chicken. Chicken is my favorite food. I could not stand the smell of chicken. I could not stand the smell of pig. I could not stand the smell of meat, period. So that was a red flag for me. But also, I just kind of knew, I'm not gonna lie, I had like a feeling. I was like, yeah, I think I am pregnant. And also, I kept seeing bunnies. And y'all probably like, bunnies, but bunnies have to do with like fertility and all that stuff. And I was like looking up, that's how often I would see them. Like the weeks before, I would see them so constantly. So I was like, yeah, something's definitely up. So I took a pregnancy test New Year's Eve, and I found out I was pregnant. And then, get this, I got my confirmation of pregnancy like at the hospital on my birthday. My birthday is January 12th, so yeah. Oh, and it was my 21st birthday too. I got my confirmation of pregnancy on my 21st birthday. That's wild. But yeah, so that's how I found out I was pregnant. But also during my pregnancy, I was going through a lot. It was a lot. Like, I feel like when I got pregnant, for some reason, people around me just started to fade away, or like family members and stuff was acting weird and was acting funny towards me. So I feel like I lost some people too during my pregnancy, which is wild, but I definitely did. But other than that, my pregnancy was pretty good. I didn't have any like hypertension. During my pregnancy, I decided to go ahead and take a baby class, and it was free too. So I would also, like, if you're pregnant now and you're like, well, I'm gonna take a like a baby class or something, try to see if someone in your area is like offering those, because I got offered like the classes, and once I finished the classes, I was able to get a whole bunch of baby stuff for free. Like, I'm talking diapers, clothes, shoes, blankets, boppies, wipes, bottles, depending on the gender, bows, all types of stuff. So, and baby hats, all that, swaddles, girl. So like, really doing that baby class also helped me out a lot, because I didn't have to buy a whole bunch of stuff starting out. I was able to just relax and heal after I had my baby. So for my birth plan, I was like, I was watching a whole bunch of videos. I was on YouTube like crazy, trying to figure out what would be best for me. I was looking at what could happen and all this stuff and freaking myself out. But I was like, in my head, I was just like, best case scenario, I want to do a vaginal birth, and I did not want drugs. But my mom was like, girl, you gonna want some drugs? I was like, no, I don't want no drugs, but you know, we'll get to that. So I want to say, I think I went all the way to 39 weeks. So I was full term, but she came 2 days before her due date. So I went full term. Towards the end of my pregnancy, I was freaking miserable. When I tell y'all, like, and if you're pregnant, I don't want to scare you. This is not to scare you. This is just me. This is what my body did. But y'all, I was miserable. Like, literally, because I'm short stature. I'm only 5'1", okay? My stomach, I'm gonna put like a picture of me pregnant, my stomach was huge, huge. And they said, and I was having like really, really awful sciatic nerve pain in the middle of my lower back, y'all. Oh my God. I felt terrible, like towards like them last couple weeks before I gave birth. I was feeling awful. Literally, my aunt had to come to the house. She was like getting me up so we could like walk around to like, you know, help with the sciatic nerve. Girl, nothing was helping. We had bought like a giant tennis ball to roll on my back. That helped, but as soon as she stopped, it would hurt again. I got in like a warm bath water. That wasn't working. Y'all, nothing was working. I was miserable with this sciatic nerve pain, literally to the point where I thought I was having labor pain, but it was only sciatic nerve pain. Like, I literally went to the hospital and it was like, no, like, you're not even dilated. And it's just like, you know, the back pain. And she was just like, you know, hopefully the baby comes soon so we, you know, you can be like alleviated of this pain. But she was saying that it was because of the way that she was. So she was leaning on my nerves, and that was causing like me to have some very intense pain in my back. We're gonna fast forward to when I was in labor, when I went into labor. So I was sitting on the bed and I started having like these pushing feelings like down in my vagina, but I did not have any stomach pains whatsoever. Like, I didn't feel not one contraction in my stomach. I was expecting to have these super intense period like, but on a 10, like super, super intense cramps, but I didn't have that. So I was like, I don't know if I'm in labor or not. Something told me, because I'm on this mommy app, something told me just ask the people in the mommy app if this is like a labor sign, because I was having the pushing feeling every 5 minutes. I was like checking it on my little watch on my phone, my stopwatch on my phone. So and it was happening every 5 minutes. And this one girl, she immediately texted back and she was like, yeah, like, you don't have to be in pain to be in labor. Everybody's different. You're probably not going to feel some pain. Sometimes you are, sometimes you might not. So I didn't know that. I was expecting to have some really intense pain, so I let my aunt know. Girl, we booking it to the hospital. Like, we're on the way to the hospital. And I remember seeing like a double rainbow on my way there. But also too, I remember I was feeling really sick. Like, I was nauseous. I couldn't keep no food down. Yeah, like, I was just sick. And by the time I got to the hospital, they already knew who I was. They went ahead, took me to the back. I know, like, when I got there, because when I got there and they took me to the back, when I sat down in that chair, it seemed like when I got to the hospital, that's when it really started to hit me, because they rolled me in there and I remember sitting in there, I was like, ooh, like, I was already, like, I was like that. It was like my back was, I was having pain in my back, but not my stomach. So I was like, ooh, like, and I felt terrible. And a nurse had came to roll me back, and they had got me upstairs to the delivery floor. And they wanted me to sit on the scale. They was like, can you stand up on the scale? Y'all, at this time, my back pain was at an all-time high. So they was like, can you stand up? I was like, yeah, I can stand up. I stood up. They weighed me. As soon as they showed me which room I was going to be sitting in for delivery, y'all, don't you know, I went straight to the bathroom and threw up. I threw up like twice. I was just throwing up. I couldn't keep no food down or anything. And once I was throwing up, they was like, yeah, we're probably just going to keep her. And they also did check my cervix, and I was like 4 centimeters dilated. So by that time, they was like, yeah, like, you're gonna have your baby either today or tomorrow or something. So after they had said that, you know, I was there. My grandma sat with me until my mom came down, because I was like, I need my mama there. I called my dad. I told my dad to come, my sister. Yeah, so the nurses, they kept checking on me. I also did get the epidural. I got an epidural. Honestly, on the pain of the epidural, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like a 4. I'm not even lying. Like, it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, the needle is long, yes, but if you have a doctor that knows what they're doing, if you stay still, that, I mean, it's hard, but like if you stay still, you should be fine. Like, the epidural is a little nerve-wracking, but once I got it, I was fine. Like, and yes, I know I said I didn't want no epidural, but when I was having them back pains, I was like, yeah, them back pains was like, get that epidural, girl. So I got my epidural, all that, ready to go. They put that little belt around my belly to keep her check of her heart rate, and I want to say majority of my family got there before I gave birth to her. So my dad came, my cousin, my mom, and my grandma came. Well, and my grandma was already there, but my mom came. And also too, I only had my mom and my grandma in there when I was giving birth, but my nurses were so sweet. The doctor, I had a female doctor, she was so sweet, so understanding. She literally told me, she was like, it's whatever you want to do, so you just let me know, you let your nurse know, like whatever you need or whatever you want to do, however you want to give birth, let us know. Like, she was so nice. She wasn't trying to control me, tell me where to go, how to lay. She said, how do you want to lay? What is comfortable for you? What do you need? Like, I love that, because one of my things was I was so terrified of having a doctor that was going to try to, you know, like overpower what I wanted. You know, like, I understand sometimes doctors do have to like step in and be like, no, this is what we need to do for your safety, for your health, like if it's life or death or anything. But thankfully I was fine. I didn't have any complications. So she was like, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you need to do, let us know and we'll be happy to help you. So I had some really good doctors, thank God. Like, whew. So I had her, like, you know, the laying down and pushing. I think I pushed probably about 5, 6, 7 times. I pushed like 6, 7 times. But when I was pushing, I don't know if anybody else that had a baby felt like this, but when I was pushing, I didn't really like, maybe it was the epidural, but I couldn't really feel like, you know, like what I was pushing, like if I was pushing hard enough or not. I couldn't tell how hard I was pushing. So that was one thing with the epidural. But yeah, so I was pushed about 7 times, and she slipped right on out, and they put her on my chest, and yeah, and I had a baby. And I did end up having to get 2 small stitches. I had to get stitches on the inside because when she was coming out, she had scratching with her nail. That's what doctor said. So they gave me like 2 small stitches, but other than that, I didn't tear, rip, or anything. So pushing her out wasn't too bad for me at all. I feel like I have one of those better experiences with birth. But if you are pregnant out there or planning to get pregnant, don't be scared. Don't let anything that anyone says scare you, because at the end of the day, like, you know, you're gonna have your own experience. You get back what you put out. So just try to think positive. Don't be looking at things that's going to terrify you. You know, just be positive during your pregnancy, and you got this, girl. But that is the end of my video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little story time Q&A type thing about my birthday experience. See you in the next one. Bye.